An asteroid hurtles toward Earth. We meet Sam, walking home while talking to her mom on the phone. Suddenly, a group of masked teenagers appears and surrounds her. She feels threatened. They demand her purse and forcefully take her ring. Sam hands it over, frightened. Just then, the asteroid crashes into a nearby parked car. Sam uses the chaos to run away. Elsewhere, we meet Moses, the leader of the group. He approaches the wrecked car, hoping to find something valuable, but instead is attacked by a strange creature that scratches him before fleeing.
What the fuck was that?
The alien runs off and hides in a tool shed. Moses and his gang chase it on bikes, throwing firecrackers inside to smoke it out. They storm in, attack the creature, and kill it. They drag its body outside. It's like nothing they've ever seen. Clearly, it's not from this world. More asteroids begin falling. Meanwhile, Sam tells her neighbor about the mugging and that she's contacted the police. The neighbor mentions robberies are becoming common in the block, and most of them are committed by local kids. Moses and his crew show the alien corpse to their friends, who are skeptical. Moses' face is visibly scratched. The gang heads to a tower block to buy weed and meet Brew, who's waiting for the elevator. They tell him to take the next one. Sam meets with the police and gives them a description of her attackers. They ask her to accompany them to identify the suspects. The gang arrives at Ron's place. Ron and Brew inspect the alien, but assume it's just an exotic animal, something escaped from a zoo. The group debates calling the media to cash in on their discovery. Moses asks Ron if they can store the body in the weed room, which is secure. Ron tells him to get approval from his boss, Hi-Hats, and leads Moses to meet him inside. Moses shows Hi-Hats the alien. Intrigued, Hi-Hats agrees to keep it and hands Moses some drugs to sell. From now on, Moses works for him. Moses returns to his crew and shares the news. They're thrilled. Suddenly, more asteroids streak through the sky and crash into the ground. The boys decide to gear up and investigate. They split up and return to their homes to grab whatever weapons they can find. Baseball bats, fireworks, even swords. They regroup at the park and find another crashed meteor. Inside, it is another alien, this one much larger. Suddenly, the group's dog runs toward a strange noise. Emerging from the shadows is a massive pitch-black alien with glowing teeth. Panic sets in. The gang jumps on their bikes and flees, but a patrolling police officer spots them. He gives chase and manages to catch Moses. During the arrest, the officer finds drugs on him. As Moses is being taken into the police van, he notices the same alien approaching. He begs the officers to move.
Better hurry up and get me in that van.
Inside the van, Sam is already seated. She had identified Moses earlier, leading to his arrest. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew is on a nearby bridge and sees even more aliens arriving. Sam catches something strange in the van's side mirror. The officers lock Moses in the back. Without warning, an alien leaps onto the vehicle and kills the officer driving. Sam panics. Moses realizes Sam was the one who identified him. The group sees the creature on top of the van and decides to help. They toss a firecracker underneath, creating a thick cloud of smoke to distract the alien. Dennis races in on his bike, fights off the creature, and manages to break Moses out of the cage. Sam hides inside the same cage to protect herself. They hijack the police van and speed off, arranging to meet the others at a garage. Brew, arriving separately, finds his car wrecked and hears approaching sirens. He dives into a bush and calls Ron, who checks with binoculars and assures him the police aren't nearby. He's safe for now. Moses drives the van into an underground garage but crashes into Hi-Hats' car, panicking. He tells Dennis to free Sam and urges her to leave, warning her about the aliens. The rest of the group arrives and tries to explain the situation to Hi-Hats, how Moses got arrested and what's really going on. Hi-Hats doesn't believe a word. He accuses them of lying and grows furious, threatening to kill them. Just then, an alien roars nearby. Hi-Hats sends one of his men to investigate. As soon as he approaches the sound, the creature tears him apart. Hi-Hats pulls out his gun and shoots the alien dead. The others use the chaos to escape. Furious, Hi-Hats vows to hunt them down. Later, the group cuts Moses free from his handcuffs and decides to return to their block to assess the situation. Riding through the streets, they're chased by more aliens and eventually get separated. One of them, Biggs, hides in a large dumpster. The others make it back to the block, just in time to see Peter being attacked by an alien. It bites his leg badly before they manage to fight it off and save him. They rush inside the building. Sam, who lives there too, sees them coming and quickly hides in her bedroom. The gang forces their way into her apartment for safety. Moses asks about Biggs. Sam threatens them, demanding they leave. Moses tries to calm her down and explains the danger. Dennis reminds her that when they robbed her, he saw her ID. She's a nurse. They plead with her to help Peter. She refuses, furious that the same people who mugged her now want her help. She doesn't believe their story about aliens, says it must be wild dogs. They insist the creatures are already in the building. Sam tells them to take Peter to a hospital, but Moses says that's impossible. They're trapped inside. Elsewhere, Brew has returned to Ron's flat. He says he can't afford to be arrested again. His parents would kill him. He asks Ron if the aliens are real. Ron reassures him, saying they're safe there. Back in Sam's flat, she finally agrees to help Peter. His leg is in bad shape, with deep bite marks. She warns she's just a student nurse, not fully qualified. She can clean and dress the wound, but that's all. Suddenly, a noise echoes through the flat. Moses looks toward the door. An alien is right outside. It slams through and crashes into the room. Reacting instantly, Moses grabs a sword and strikes. A short, intense fight ends with him killing the creature. Sam, frozen in shock, finally believes them. She stares at the lifeless, jet-black body sprawled on her floor. Without a word, she slips out of the apartment alone. But down the corridor, she hears growls and footsteps. More are coming. She quickly rejoins Moses and the others. They're stronger together now. Elsewhere, Hi-Hats arms himself with a new weapon and recruits backup. He's convinced Moses lied to him about the alien attack. In his mind, it was just a story, to cover something else. Maybe wild dogs, maybe worse. Furious, he heads toward the block. Moses decides they need a safer location. He suggests Tia's flat. It has a security gate, and she's a friend. Meanwhile, Biggs calls Dennis from the dumpster where he's hiding. He's surrounded. Dennis tells him to call everyone, warn them that the block is crawling with aliens. Biggs calls Tia and her friends, but they don't take him seriously. Moses encounters two kids, Gavin and Reggie. He tells them to go home and lock themselves in a room. They refuse. They want to help fight. At Tia's door, one of her friends tells Moses to leave, but Tia lets them in. Inside, they explain everything. The alien invasion, the attacks, the chaos. The others are skeptical. Sam speaks up. She tells Tia there's a dead alien in her living room, and that Moses robbed her earlier that night. Tia is furious at Moses and his friends for stealing. Sam suggests they call the police, but the others protest. No one would believe them. Worse, they'd be blamed for the deaths. Moses offers a theory. Maybe this is all a government experiment. Maybe the aliens were sent in on purpose to wipe them out. Just then, Tia looks out the window. Dozens of glowing eyes stare back from the dark. The aliens are here. The creatures break through the window and storm the flat. A brutal fight erupts. One alien is killed. Tia and her friends take down another. Now they believe. Moses tries to swing his sword, but it jams into the wall. Another alien lunges at him, but Sam grabs a weapon and strikes, killing it. Elsewhere, Hi-Hats crosses paths with Gavin and Reggie. They tell him exactly where Moses is. Now everyone in Tia's apartment knows the truth. Tia points out the aliens aren't chasing everyone, just Moses. Since he killed the first one, they've been hunting him. Another wave of creatures approaches. The group runs. Moses urges Sam to save herself. Hi-Hats appears and starts shooting, thinking the kids are lying or setting him up. But suddenly, one of the aliens attacks him. He stumbles into a lift, bloodied, the creature right behind him. Biggs tries to flee but is caught in a hallway by more aliens. Brew, nearby, hits the lift button, just as Hi-Hat's elevator arrives. He sees Hi-Hat soaked in blood, standing over a dead alien. Terrified, Brew takes the second elevator, where he finds Moses and the others, who finally explain everything. Moses decides the safest place left is the Weed Room Vault. The group heads upstairs. As they ride the lift, the kids look out and see dozens of aliens crawling up the building. They reach the 19th floor, but it's already swarming. The path is blocked. Peter quickly launches a rocket to create a distraction. Smoke fills the lobby, buying them precious seconds. Moses yells for everyone to follow him to Ron's place. As they move, Brew hears something behind him. He runs. Jeremy hesitates, and Peter turns back to help. But it's too late. A scream pierces the air. Jeremy is attacked and killed. The rest of the group has no choice but to run. They reach Ron's apartment and bang on the gate, but someone is already there, Hi-Hat's, gun in hand. He blames Moses for everything, for killing the first alien and bringing all this chaos. "This is your fault," he growls, "and now you're gonna pay." Moses tries to warn him. The aliens are right behind. Hi-Hat's doesn't listen. He turns, only to see over 20 of the creatures bursting through the windows. They rip through him. The others escape into the vault room and lock themselves in. Inside, Moses finally turns to Sam and apologizes for robbing her. Then he examines the alien corpse they stored earlier. There's a strange glowing liquid on his jacket. Brew points a UV light at it. It glows. He explains it's pheromonal. The alien was female. The liquid attracts males. They send in one female, Brew says. She leaves the scent, and the males follow it. That's why the aliens have been chasing Moses. He's been carrying the scent the whole time. Moses puts the pieces together. Everyone the aliens attacked had come into contact with him. He's the reason. And now, he's made a decision. "I'm going to end this," he says. "I brought them here. I'll take them out." Elsewhere, the kids try to save Biggs. They throw water and fire at the creature surrounding him, but they're spotted by the police and dive back into the dumpster with him. Back in the vault, Brew checks Sam under the UV light. She's clean. No trace of the alien's scent. Moses gives her the ring back. They exchange a look. They're not enemies anymore. Sam quietly slips out and walks past a group of aliens. They don't notice her. She makes it to Moses' flat and calls him. He tells her to shut all the windows and turn on the gas. She does as instructed, then exits. Moses straps the alien body to his back and lights a rocket. He runs into the corridor. The aliens sense the scent and chase. He sprints through the building, dodging attacks, and dives into his flat. The creatures follow. He lights the rocket and fires it, igniting a massive explosion. Down below, the building shakes. The others look up and see Moses hanging by the window. He's alive. He climbs back in, battered but breathing. Police flood the building and arrest the entire group. Outside, Tia and her friends see them being let out. Biggs is safe. The girls speak to the crowd, telling everyone how Moses and the others saved their lives. Sam is questioned by police. She tells them Moses saved her life too. "He's my neighbor," she says, "and he's a hero." The crowd starts chanting Moses' name. He hears it, and he smiles.